Oh, there we go. It looks like we are live now. Perfect. All right, so let's refresh this. All right, it was a little bit delayed, but it looks like we got it figured out now. Cool. Oh, it's still not appearing. Oh, no, there it is. Awesome. And now we get the thumbnail too. Cool. All right, so let's make sure that we're definitely the first like here. And so we're going to copy that and we're going to make an announcement within our Discord server here. All right, so we're going to say at everyone, I'm live and building in public on YouTube. If you're building too, join up and let's do this together. Share what's working, learn from each other, build something real. And how do I can't, yeah, I'm just gonna put the link there. All right, send it out. Oh my goodness, Truthixify, is that how I pronounce it? I remember you from the last live stream. Welcome, brother. All right, and let's send this out. Are you guys ready? Let's see if we can actually start to gain a little bit more momentum in this live stream. We got my bro LaBelle in the building. Let's go, LaBelle. Let's go. Guys, if you guys could do me one favor and just not double tap, make sure you guys like the live. Guys, I would truly appreciate it. That's awesome. Sick, guys. And as you guys can see, the Discord server has definitely been growing, which is amazing. We currently have 331 members. Guys, this is exceptional. How fast we've been able to grow, start building a community. And I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about Founders Hub, especially within this live stream. And then I think we're also going to apply to tinyfish.ai because one of our members in the Discord, his name is Damien, told us that he just recently got accepted. So I'm like, it's worth a shot. So I made sure I shared that with everyone that's currently within the Discord as well. But guys, we're doing amazing. 331 members. Let's continue sharing out the Discord. If you guys have anyone that's a founder, a builder, an engineer, right? Anything of that sort, make sure that you guys are sharing out sharing out the server so we could get them in. We want as many talented people as possible, designers, editors, anything that a founder will ever need, all in one space. The legend Femi's in the chat. Let's go, Femi. What's going on, my guy? Welcome to the live stream. All right, so there's actually one thing I wanted to do. And I basically want when someone subscribes for it to actually appear on my screen. Does anyone know what I can use for that? I forgot what it's called. I think is it Streamlabs? Let me just type it in. When someone subscribes, I want it to pop up on OBS. I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's called Stream Elements or Streamlabs to create an alert box. All right, so let's go to Stream Elements and see if we can get this going. But guys, if you guys are brand new here, I would truly appreciate it, guys. If you guys could drop a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, guys. It would truly mean a lot, seriously. All right, so let's see. All right, so guys, I'm gonna log in quickly. So that's why we're actually full screen now. And then as soon as I log in successfully, then I'll make sure to set everything up for you guys to be able to see. All right, so let's log into this account. Continue. Let's select all. Cool. All right, it looks like it says to increase your viewer engagement with Stream Elements chatbot. Oh, we can add a chatbot. Wait, let's activate that for sure. It says set up free tipping page and start earning money from your community. I don't see why not, guys. But shout out to all the legends in the chat right now. How's everyone's day going today, guys? All right, maybe we should wait to a different time to actually do that part. All right, so Let's see what we have here. So let's go to Stream Tools. Let's go to Elements. Let's go to New Element. Let's browse, see what they have. Oh, alerts, perfect. All right, so we have Twitch alerts, which we don't really need Twitch, we need YouTube. Well, really, I want something like very minimalist and just clean overall. There has to be something like super simple. They said, have you used it before? So when I used to do YouTube like years ago, I have definitely used this, but I haven't used it in years. Like I started YouTube like 14, at the age of 14, so that's almost 10 years ago. So I'm just trying to figure out, because this is an entirely different setup from when I was kind of using this. I'm trying to figure out which one would look best, especially on our live streams here. All right, let's see if we can do a search. Hold on. So let's go to subscribe alerts. No, they don't have that. Okay. Okay. Alerts. You know what? We actually just need something that works. I wonder if I could change the colors. All right, let's just use this theme package and let's see if we can actually change the colors here. So let me see. Wait, what? What the heck? Okay, wait, what? Oh no, we don't need this. Wait, what? This is not what I was looking for. All right, let's start from scratch. But yeah, guys, today's my birthday, 24 years old. We're getting old, as you guys all know. Oh, wait, this is perfect. All right. Now it's saying to add an image. I don't know what image to add here. All right, but let's see if we can actually change these colors. So let's change this to like a more of like a blue. Boom, just like that. And we're actually going to copy that color right there. And we're going to do the same for the one here. Now I'm trying to figure out what asset we should replace this with. That's the only thing, guys. It seems like they have these, but I really don't want to use these. They said, oh, it has another background change color. Does it? All right. I think we're going to go with they have to have one for subscribe, no? I just feel like we're taking too much time. So you know what? Let's forget about the image. Is there a way that we can just like completely discard it? Let's add a sound though. Audio. Let me see. Okay, no. Happy birthday to you. Yo, appreciate you, brother. Guys, how many likes are we currently at? If you guys haven't already, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for sure. It would truly mean a lot, guys, as we continue to try to grow the YouTube channel, make it more active, get more people in here. We have 4 likes. Awesome. That's progress. That's growth. I think last live we had about 8 likes, so let's see if we could definitely push a little farther this time around. Okay. Like I need like a alert, like an alert type of sound. Or let me see, goals. Or maybe a swoosh? Nah. Honestly, I'm not liking these sounds too much. So you know what? Let's go without a sound. Let's just save it. Okay, so the duration, let's edit that. Describe, okay. All right, how do I add this? My guy Udish in the building. Let's go. Shout out to Udish, man, the one and only. If you guys haven't already subscribed to his YouTube channel, please make sure you guys are subscribed for sure. Yo, Udish, I really appreciate you stopping in. Let's go. Okay. Now we got to get Udish on these live streams next. You know what I'm saying? I'm really starting to see a vision here, right? Us just casually building in public, on live, basically forming this big community, and we just each kind of just support each other in real time. But Damien, he's actually like a founder from our Discord, but he basically just kind of told us about Tiny Fish. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but honestly, I want to do a little bit more research on what this is and how it can actually be beneficial for the founders in the Discord. So, as you can see, it says build the agentic web. It's a 9-week accelerator program with $2 million in seed funding, hosted by Tiny Fish and Mango Capital. Seems pretty interesting, and it's 100% remote. In collaboration with companies building the agentic stack, Google for Startups, 11 Labs. Okay. All we had to see was Google for Startups and 11 Labs, and we know it's legit. All right, so it says engineers, investors, customers, and more. Okay. This is interesting. And this is the CEO of Tiny Fish here. Co-founder, COO. Okay. So when you apply, you get free API credits. You get to build a demo, post on X and LinkedIn, and get accepted. Okay, cool. This seems pretty interesting, guys. So I think we're actually going to go for it. So let's start applying now. Let's not even overthink it. It says you can request 2,000 in free Google Cloud credits right away and use Gemini. Oh my gosh, wait. All right, this is great. All right, so guys, I'm gonna hide my screen very quickly because I don't want it to show like any of my email details, for example. And then right after, I'll completely take it off. So let me see here. All right, we're just gonna use this email actually. All right, so they just sent an email to my Gmail. Give me 1 second, guys. But how's everyone's day, night going? I know we got people from all over the world within the Discord. So let's see here. All right, so we're gonna confirm mail. Perfect. And now we can sign up. Okay, boom. But yeah, guys, this right here is what he said. Also apply for Take Leap Year and F.Inc. Canopy. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. We got to write these down too. All right, so hold on. We got some other suggestions from the legend Udish. All right, let me see. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure I write those down. Did you already apply to those? I don't know why I barely know about any of these. All right, so perfect. We're in now, guys. All right, so this is what Tiny Fish looks like. Wait a minute. Wait, this is an accelerator program? Wait, what? Wait. Um, wait, what? I don't think I'm in the right place. Let me just see something. It seems like this is more so a product, not really an accelerator program. Wait, let me just log out quickly. Wait, what? I'm looking for the accelerator program. Guys. All right, hold on. Let me just go back to the Discord, go to the link he sent. Yeah, this one. All right, let's try this again. Get started and request. Okay, here we go. Because I was a little bit confused there. All right, let me pull up the chat so I can see you guys. They said, I see a lot of these on Twitter. Oh, really? Tiny Fish AI? Or are you talking about all of the different programs that he listed? And in the meantime, let me also pull up a notepad. And let's actually write down all of the things that he said here. So he said also apply to these. Perfect. So let's close that for now. All right. So actually, I want to understand their thesis. Like, what are they actually investing in? That's what I'm kind of confused by. So participate. Well, tell us about the app that you want to build. Grace is a digital presence that understands how you feel before you explain yourself. By tracking what's spoken and unspoken collectively, Grace is able to understand your emotional state and then provide meaningful support. Spoken. Wait. In other words, Grace combines. Grace analyzes your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, and conversations itself to best support a user. For example, if a user is speaking to our multi-model and seems sad, our model is now proactive, asking, hey, it seems like you're down. Are you okay? Wait, what do you guys think of how I'm kind of explaining our product? Let me just see something quickly. They said different programs. Not sure my startup fits in the Tiny Fish, but it looks like it's all about agents and AI. Ah, I see what you're saying. Wait a minute. Maybe I should kind of tailor this more so as an agent. So instead of Grace is a digital presence, Grace is a meta agent. No. Wait. Now I'm kind of stuck. Wait. Okay. So let's just see. And let's just check in on the Discord quickly, see what's going on. All right, cool. Yo, look at the thumbnail, guys. The thumbnail got it. All right. All right, hold on. I think ChatGPT did a pretty good job at kind of explaining what I was explaining. So let's just read this quickly. It says Grace is a real-time multi-model AI agent that understands a user's emotional state before they explicitly communicate it. By combining spoken signals such as conversation, tone, pacing, with unspoken signals, facial expressions, body language, Grace continuously interprets context and emotional intent. This allows the agent to move from reactive responses to proactive support. Instead of waiting for a prompt, Grace detects shifts in user states and initiates meaningful interaction. For example, if a user's tone drops or facial signals indicate distress, Grace can intervene with context-aware responses like, "You seem a bit off. Want to talk about it?" We are building Grace as a new layer of human-computer interaction where AI agents don't just respond to inputs, but actively perceive, interpret, and act on real-world human signals. This is excellent. Like, it actually did a great job here. So now it's saying, how will you use the TinyFish API? Hmm. Wait, I'm not really too sure what they actually provide. Let me just see something. All right, so let's see what we have here. And guys, you know what? I also have to post a TikTok video today too. I already have a few of them like recorded, but I still have to edit them. All right, let's see what chat can do for us here. All right. Honestly, it gave a pretty good response. It says, okay. So this is what we have. Let me just paste that. Oh no, sorry. All right, let's paste that in. Okay. So we will use the TinyFish API as the web agent execution layer for Grace. Grace is a multi-model AI agent that understands user state and intent. And TinyFish gives us the infrastructure to turn that intent into real actions on live websites. We plan to use it for the multi-step web workflows like navigation, information retrieval, portal interactions, and task completion. So Grace can move beyond conversation and actually get things done for users in real time. Perfect. What's my handle? Amari Fields _ Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that's actually my handle. Oh yeah, it is, I think. Yeah. Let me just make sure. All right, cool. So yeah, Amari Fields underscore. Let's actually close that one. Who are your team members? Not necessarily to have team members, but we highly recommend it. So they want the emails or? Oh man, they want emails. All right, so let's go with, so we have Anjishnu at wellbands.com, Unmesh at wellbands.com, Aman at wellbands.com, Harsh at wellbands.com, Mari at wellbands.com. All right, let's just do those for now. It says, before you continue, I agree that API credits are provided subject to terms. It may not be transferred. Yes. I grant a non-exclusive license to feature my demo. Yes. Wait, that was it? All right, guys, it looks like we just finished applying to Tinyfish. It says we're reviewing applications on a rolling basis. We'll shortly update you by email. Okay, so let me actually put this in the Discord that we just applied. All right. Just finished applying to Tinyfish, guys. Anyone else? Applied? Perfect. All right. Cool. So we have that down. Next, let's see what we have on the list. Take leap year. I haven't heard about this one. So let's actually check that one out and do our due diligence here. Apply for funding. It says for students, dropouts, and grads. We fund builders to take 1 year to build something ambitious. We invest in builders anywhere, including teams still in school. Each year, we back 25 to 30 teams. We fund new teams every 3 months. Our ask is that you commit and build. I love it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, so they typically invest $30,000 for 1.5% equity. Okay. Join the investor network. Okay. Starts to build on momentum. We invest early whenever you are. Cool. All right, let's just apply anyway. So apply for April 2026. So our project name is called Grace. Oh, we need a one-liner. We're going to have to come back to that one. Mari Fields. I want to use my Gmail because I don't always check my my business email. So it's 24 today. You know what I'm saying? Birthday today. Role, honestly, both. LinkedIn profile. Let's make sure we get that. Jishnu Ganguly. No, I think he's 21. Technical. Let's get his LinkedIn. So let's just go. So today we're just getting our applications in, guys. All right, so Anjishnu. Oh, wait. Oh, no, here it is. He does have his. I was about to say. So we have Unmesh, Gosh, Unmesh at wellbands.com. Technical. All right, let's go. Unmesh, Gosh. Perfect. All right, so now we have a few of these. Okay, cool. Are you incorporated as a C Corp yet? No. Have you taken investment? Yes. Do you have any customers? No. How long have you been working on this? 6 months. Why do you want to do this? Okay. All right, so let's actually just go back up to the one-liner and let's see what chat can do for us, because it already pretty much understands the product pretty deeply. So let's just double check. All right, cool. So that understands how you feel and acts on your behalf in real time. All right, this is the perfect one-liner. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's too long. Okay. And guys, quick question, because obviously I don't know how to improve the streams unless we're constantly collecting feedback and iterating in real time. Let me know, should there be background music, like some sort of like, I don't know, like beat or something that I'm playing in the background? Would that make the stream a little bit more interesting, especially in the quiet moments? Or do you guys actually like the quiet moments? Just let me know in the chat. Okay, cool. That understands. Okay. How you feel before? Okay. Dang, it's too short. Isn't Grace understands how you feel before you explain yourself? Okay, I think that should work. All right, what problem are you solving? Most people aren't emotionally intelligent. Struggling to express themselves and how they feel. So what if you had an intelligence understood you before you fully explained yourself? All right, so now we have to kind of explain this. I think, let me see here. It says under 100 words. Let's use this one. Jeez, wait. Nah, wait a minute. I need to use all of this actually. All right, now this right here is actually a very difficult question. Who's your target audience? So honestly, I feel like our target audience has really been all over the place. And really we still have to do some experimenting to truly figure this out. But let me see. Let's just actually just copy all of the questions that we have here. And matter of fact, hold on, I should actually be incorporated as a C Corp. I have to check my emails and see if it got approved yet. Because I literally recently filed for it actually. Let me see. C Corp. All right. Oh, wait, it actually got it perfect. All right, so actually, I'm just gonna copy it and paste it in so you guys can actually see. Wait, no. Here we go. So it says our target customers are individuals who struggle to express what they feel but still need to be understood in real time. This includes people dealing with stress, anxiety, or emotional overwhelm, as well as anyone who interacts with AI regularly but finds current systems too reactive. We are also targeting early adopters of AI agents who want more natural, human-like, wait, hold on, let's go human-like interaction, especially in productivity, support, and daily decision making. I love it. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. Wait. And then let me see here. It says, what is your unique insight to build this product? Perfect. So let's paste that in. Most AI systems rely on what users say, so they're reactive, right? Hold on. Someone says something in Discord. Let's go. All right. So it says our insight is that combining multi-modal signals like facial expressions, body language, and tone with conversation enables AI to understand intent and emotional state more accurately. This allows agents to move from reactive tools to proactive systems that can anticipate needs and respond meaningfully in real time. Perfect. Why are you equipped to do this? So let's bring that in. All right, so we have strong experience building across AI, product, and full stack systems, with a focus on moving quickly from concept to working prototypes. We have already been experimenting with multi-model pipelines and agent workflows and understand both the technical and product challenges of building real-time systems. We also operate with speed and iteration, which is critical for solving a problem this complex. Perfect. All right, let's go in here. It says, we believe that AI should understand people, not just respond to them. Too many individuals feel misunderstood or unsupported, even with access to technology. Building Grace is about creating a system that can truly recognize human state and provide meaningful help. This has the potential to reshape how people interact with technology across everyday life. Perfect. Now let me see something. We're just gonna actually keep that as no for now, because I'm not too sure. In the meantime, though, let's pull up our website, so grace.wellbalance.com. If you guys haven't already went to our site, and basically put in your email here to join up on our wait list, please make sure to join up. We'd really appreciate it. And basically, we're using our waitlist as traction or leverage to show momentum and that people generally want Grace. So that's super important. But let's copy that. Let's put website. What else did they want? Hold on. Oh, demos. I mean, that's within our pitch deck, which we're going to get the deck now. See, we actually have a live demo here, but let me see. Let's get the public link. Copy. pitch deck with demo. Yes, all 9 of our team members are full-time working on Grace. How did you hear about Leap Year? A friend recommendation. Anything else to know? Nope. All right, it says 1 second. The server is cooking. Well, it better be cooking us to get us in the program for sure. They said he's thinking maybe it will be tallied to what he's building. I'm not too sure. All right, so it says, thank you. We have your applications. Seriously, we appreciate you coming to the site, resonating with the Leap Year mission, and taking the time to apply. We are humbled by every builder we meet. We fund new teams every 3 months. We will review your application and get back to you soon. Listen, guys, typically, let me let you guys know exactly how this goes for me. I typically apply. I either hear nothing back or I get a denial message. So honestly here, I'm not really expecting too much either, but we're just going to continue putting the intention out there. And who knows, maybe blessings will find us. Who knows? We're just going to keep applying. And who knows what will happen. So let's go to F dot now. Founders Hub. I mean, not Founders Hub, Founders Inc. Sorry. Oh, apply to Canopy. This is what he was talking about. Okay, so Founders. Okay. I'm thinking they were like 2 different programs. Our Fort Mason campus is where future defining companies take shape. We're the first check-in founders solving hard problems in emerging domains. Awesome. I love it. So let's actually learn a little bit more about what they're doing here in this program. And then maybe I'll definitely share it in the Discord as well, so that you guys can all make sure to apply. All right, so it says Canopy. There's a teenager in Seoul who taught herself to build apps by talking to a machine. She's never written a line of code. She has 40,000 users. There's a guy in a garage in Phoenix who's been printing the same drone chassis for 11 weeks because he can't get the weight distribution right. He doesn't have an engineering degree. He has a 3D printer. There's a woman in London who quit her job to build a production studio out of her apartment. A camera, a laptop. In 6 months, she has more subscribers than her old company has customers. Different worlds, same instinct, obsession. And guys, obsession is key to anything that you do. If you want to be great at it, you must be obsessed. The number one thing. They're everywhere right now, building in rooms where no one speaks their language. The tools are there, the people aren't. In a forest, individual trees don't coordinate, they just grow. When enough of them grow tall enough, their branches overlap and form a single structure. That structure has a name, Canopy. So I love this. They're actually correlating this to community, right? Super important. It says when you surround the obsessed with the other obsessed people, they accelerate. Absolutely true. You truly bring in that intention collectively now. When you surround them with obsessed people from completely different worlds, they don't just accelerate, they evolve. This spring, we're bringing 3 worlds of builders together for 5 weeks. Software, agents, apps, tools, platforms. Hardware, robots, drones, wearables, machines. Media, channels, streams, studios, creator-led brands. 100 teams at our campus in San Francisco. And for the first time, 400 teams will be selected to join online. So this is an online program? Interesting. But it says from April 15th to May 22nd. Ends with a showcase. Top online participants will be flown out to our campus for the showcase. Top teams will receive $250K in funding plus $500K in credits. We're applying now. I'm intrigued. What's your name? Amari Fields. What's your email? I think I'm going to just use my personal email because I want to make sure I actually receive the applications. Where are you based? In New York, in the United States. with a co-founder. Who else is on the team? All right, so now we gotta list everyone. Cool. So we're gonna put Amari Fields, founder. Jishnu Ganguly, CTO. Anmesh Ghosh, founding engineer. Harsh Pathedia, project manager. Camille, I think Canil P, advisor. Wait, let's just put him as strategist / vision. Dr. Deshaun Robinson. They said, "Wow, you break it." Wait, what happened? They said he's thinking maybe it will be okay. I read that part. That is how you say it. Has to be presentable. Wait, wow, you break it. Wait, what did I break? Wait, what did I do? LaBelle? Robinson. DHSC. Wait, no. Dr. Health. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Yeah. DHC. DHCS? DHSC. Medical advisor. And he's ex-Yale research. I guess that kind of matters. All right, we'll leave it at that for now. All right, so let's do that. So we have Jishnu at wellbands.com, Amari at wellbands.com. We have Amesh at wellbands.com. And we'll just leave it at that for now. They said, "Would you like to have a seat on campus? 200 people will be selected to do Canopy in San Francisco." Yes. Oh, we need a video. It says a Loom video. Just make sure that we can see it. Don't overthink it. Just tell us who you are, what you're building, and why you applied, and help us put a face to the name. Guys, should I record that video right? I might as well record the video right now. What the heck? I don't. We got work to do. All right. So it says, what's the closest fit? Software. Grace. Oh my gosh. Their process is hella long. Oh my god, wait. Their process is actually kind of long. Have you raised any funding? You raised... Wait, I'm actually kind of locked in right now. All right. So yeah, let's go with that. Can you personally build and ship the core product without outside help? Yes. All right. Um, Geez, wait, should I actually record the video right now? All right, hold on. Wait, is there a way to save this? Submit. Okay. Did someone refer you? Let's put Yudish goal. um. Yeah, word of mouth. Did someone encourage you to? Yes. All right. Hmm. All right. So let's get all of that on chat, and let's see what they come up with. We'll tweak it accordingly. Big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, hands on. All right, so let's see what we have here. So, all right, that should be able to work. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right, let's also give them a link too. I think that's always great. All right. Boom. Let's see. It says, what do you want to ship by May 22nd? It's a great valid question, actually. Um, hmm. So let's put this here. If there's anything else you're currently working on, autonomous AI clipper analyzes viewer retention and fluctuations to clip viral stream moments and autonomously post it to YouTube with precision. Huh? Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. What's going on, Grandma? Good, good. Thank you. It's email. But what you up to? Relaxing? It's good though. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Me, I'm on a computer filling out applications. Doing some work. Huh? No, I said I'm just filling out different applications. It's bacon greens. All right. All right, we are back. We're back. Sorry. But let's see. I think we're almost completed, right? I think all we really have to do is create the video, which I should probably record that right now. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this right. Live on stream, more pressure. All right, so let me see here. I'm actually kind of curious. Wait. All right, guys. So we're gonna try to get this right. So let me get my mic too. All right, guys. So we're about to record our Founders Inc. video live on stream right now. Let me actually switch you guys over to this camera view. And now we have to set up our mic. So I gotta plug that in. And hopefully we can nail this on the first try. That'll be great. Because I do not like redoing these videos over and over again. Okay. So now it looks like it's on. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna move this back a little bit, just out of the camera. All right, and let's actually move the camera up a little bit. Cool. All right, let's get started. Wait, so what do I have to make this video about? Let me just see. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. I think we should be good. All right, so it says who you are, what you're building, and why you applied. Wait, and why you applied. Help us put a face to the name. Cool. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of a startup called Grace, where we're tackling a major problem, being that majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. So our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? Being that many people really struggle expressing themselves and how they feel. So what Grace truly is, it's a digital presence that understands you and understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself. And the whole point behind this is that if you can keep track of what's spoken as well as what's unspoken collectively in any conversation, then you could best understand someone's emotional state and be able to provide meaningful support for them. So for example, let's say you're speaking to our multi-model Grace, and it just seems like you're down. Maybe your tone's a little down, your facial expressions just gives that off. Well, Grace will use the collection of all of this data in order to better understand your emotion. Wait, hold on, guys. Am I chatting? I feel like this is too long. Hold on. I feel like this is too long. Now I'm overthinking. Wait, that was way too long. Let me just see how that came out. Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of a startup called Grace, where we're tackling a major problem, being that majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. So our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an All right, hold on. Let's switch that up. Let's try this one more time, guys. The second time's the charm. Let me see who's in here right now. All right, so let's try this one more time. Thanks. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of. Wait, hold on. Let's try that one more time. Jeez, yo, I'm choking. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you explain yourself. And the reason why this is important is because a lot of people these days aren't very emotionally intelligent. And if you're anything like myself, struggling. Bro, am I chatting right now? Wait, I'm actually overthinking this. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself. And the reason why this is important. Now I'm over, man, bro. Oh my God. Y'all are seeing in real time what it's like recording content, bro. Overthinking. Y'all are literally seeing this in real time, guys. I hope y'all are enjoying this. Okay? All right, let's try this again. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you explain yourself. And the reason why this is important is because majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. If you struggle expressing how you feel and what you think, our whole ideology here is, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? And the only way to truly do that is to keep track of what's spoken as well as what's unspoken. So, with that said, Grace is a digital presence that's able to read your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, as well as with the conversation itself to better understand your emotional state and therefore support you accordingly. So, with that said, let's say you're speaking to our multi-model, which means video, audio, large language model, as well as our brand new perception layer. And let's say you just appear like you're down or like you're just kind of sad. Grace is now able to be proactive and pick up on that context, once again, keeping track of what's unspoken as well as spoken, gives you more data to provide more meaningful support. So, wait, hold on. Damn, bro, I feel like I'm just chatting. Bro, oh my God, I just sold. I shouldn't have stopped. All right, let's try this one more time. Bro, this is actually so frustrating. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself. And the reason why this is so important is because majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. They struggle expressing themselves and how they truly feel. So our whole ideology here is, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? And with that said, Grace keeps track of not only the spoken, but what's unsaid in order to collectively make predictions on how you're feeling emotionally. So, for example, Grace keeps track of your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, as well as the conversation itself, all in real time, so that she can better understand your emotional state and therefore provide more meaningful support. So, for example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you appear sad or just like you're down. Grace is now able to pick up on that context and now be proactive, saying something like, "Hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on?" And her whole goal is to really just be present and there for a person and really help support them throughout whatever they're going through. Another instance would be an enterprise. Let's say Grace is acting as a tutor or a teacher for a student, and the student just seems very disinterested or disengaged. Well, Grace is once again now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson and her approach in real time to pull that student back in so that they can learn better. The whole point is to switch multi-models from being reactive, which almost every multi-model today is, to truly being proactive. And in order to do that, it really relies on what's unspoken as well as what's spoken collectively in order to make predictions on your emotional state. Now, the reason why we want to be involved with Founders Inc. is because I went to San Francisco about 3 weeks ago. And when I say I really resonated and clicked with so many people there, I realized that it was truly the environment that fully accelerates and amplifies not only your work, but others around you. And with that said, we want to be around other like minded individuals that are pushing boundaries and pushing innovation to a whole nother level. Not only will it inspire us, but it will also keep us on the right track. Um, Geez, why did I stop? Freak. So, with that said, we currently have a team of 9 of us. We're across New York, Connecticut, India, Thailand, and Saudi Arabia, and we're all working on this full time. We've we've been barely getting by just by, oh my god. Yo, I'm choking right now, guys. I'm gonna have to edit this. And my team and I have been working on Grace for the past 6 months now, and we have a team of 9 of us, which we've expanded over the past few months. And we span across New York, Connecticut, Thailand, India, and Saudi Arabia, all working on this full time and just barely getting by from freelance work that we're doing on the side in order to push forward our innovation with grace, as well as just survive in our personal lives. And honestly, we're applying to Founders Inc. because it's a great community of like minded individuals pushing innovation to a whole nother level. And if there's anything that we realize within the journey, is that being in the right environment um, can amplify your vision and success moving forward. And that's exactly what we're looking to do. And and we want to thank Founders Inc. for this and we want to thank Founders Inc. for this amazing opportunity. All right, hold on. I gotta redo that one more time because what? I want to get it fluid. Hello, Founders Inc. My name is Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you explain yourself. And the problem that we're tackling here is that majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. They struggle expressing themselves and how they feel. So our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? And this vision was sparked from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, I lost my grandmother to leukemia, which is blood cancer. And in losing her, I felt this overwhelming feeling of helplessness that I wanted no one else to feel. But one thing was evident. She was a woman of grace, someone that was gentle, present, there, and just a caring woman in general. These are the same characteristics that we're carrying over to our product, which we named grace after the term in the Bible, grace. And it speaks a lot about moving with God's grace, with the grace of God. And when you really look at the significance behind this word, it stands for gentleness, patience, care, love. And it was exactly the product we were building within grace. Now, the whole point for grace is that we're using what's unspoken as well as spoken collectively in order to better understand your emotional state. So, for example, she reads your body language, your facial expressions, tone changes, as well as collectively combining that with the conversation itself to better understand your emotional state and being able to provide you with meaningful support accordingly. So, for example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you just seem very down, very sad. Well, Grace is now able to now be proactive. Be like, hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on? Just trying to be present and there for you. Models today are reactive, meaning that you speak to the models and they speak back. Our whole approach here is to switch it from being reactive to now being a proactive model. And even beyond that, another use case we really see this being meaningful in is within enterprise. For example, let's say Grace is acting as a tutor or a teacher, and the student just seems very disinterested or disengaged in the lesson that Grace is teaching. Grace is now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson in real time, to pull the student back in so that they can make sure that the student's actually learning. This is important, and it relies not only on what's said, but what's unsaid as well. So collectively, Grace is a product that we've been building over the past 6 months. Our team has grown from a team of 2 to 9, which we span across New York, Connecticut, Thailand, India, and Saudi Arabia. All of us working on this full time. And honestly, Founders Inc. is something that we've been keeping track of. And honestly, Founders Inc. is a group that we've been keeping track of. And the one reason why we would love to be a part of it is being that we're absolutely for pro innovation, pushing boundaries of what's possible, and ugh, I just choked it. And the reason why we would love to be a part of Founders Inc. is because, wait, and the reason we would love to be a part of Founders Inc. is because there's a lot of like minded individuals. If there's one thing that we realize within the journey, is that being in the right environment can actually amplify the work that you're doing and accelerate, as you guys quoted within the application process. And for us, Founders Inc. really represents innovation, pushing boundaries of what's possible. And these are the exact fine lines that we're looking to do. So, with that said, we want to thank you so much for the opportunity, and hopefully, Grace gets accepted into the program. I don't like that either. See, this is why I be overthinking, and then things just don't come along right, and then like I feel like it should be shorter too. All right, guys, if you guys are in the chat currently, let me know how that was. Was it too long? Too descriptive? Did it just not flow properly? Was it not aligned with Founders Inc.'s criteria? Like, I really need some feedback right now, guys. Let me know in the chat. Because I'm actually trying. Bro, this is actually so bad. All right, let's see. How's this tweet done? All right. Um, let's reply to some of these. Thank you, Rick. All right, we're just gonna take that down for now. All right, so let's actually reply to a few of these comments here as well. Yo, no way he said that. Stop. Okay, they said that's when you know it's worth not just joining a community anymore, but a place where ideas turn into opportunities. Well said, and thank you so much, Stan, for the support. All right, let's actually check our notifications as well here. Shout out Jemmy for the follow. All right, cool. And guys, if you guys are currently in the live stream and haven't already followed me on X, please be sure to follow me. My X account name is AmariFields_, and would truly appreciate the support, honestly. All right, so now let's actually rewatch what we recorded, and I just want to see how it is. Hello, Founders Inc. My name is Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself. And the reason why this is so important. Oh my goodness, Tess, you're in here? I didn't even know you were here. They say you need to imagine talking to a friend. You'd be more relaxed. See, I'm not relaxed. That's what it is, right? Tess, you're spitting right now, Tess. Wait. I should retry that. Hold on, let me just study myself quickly. Hello, Founders Inc. My name is Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace, where we're building a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself. And the reason why this is so important is because majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. They struggle expressing themselves and how they truly feel. So our whole ideology here is, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? And with that said, Grace keeps track of not only the spoken, but what's unsaid in order to collectively make predictions on how you're feeling emotionally. So for example, Grace keeps track of your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, as well as the conversation itself, all in real time, so that she can better understand your emotional state and therefore provide more meaningful support. So for example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you appear sad or just like you're down. Grace is now able to pick up on that context and now be proactive, saying something like, hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on? And her whole goal is to really just be present and there for a person and really help support them throughout whatever they're going through. Another instance would be an enterprise. Let's say Grace is acting as a tutor or a teacher for a student, and the student just seems very disinterested or disengaged. Well, Grace is once again now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson and her approach in real time to pull that student back in so that they can learn better. The whole point is to switch multi-models from being reactive, which almost every multi-model today is, to truly being proactive. And in order to do that, it really relies on what's unspoken as well as what's spoken collectively in order to make predictions on your emotional state. Now, the reason why we want to be involved with Founders Inc. is because I went to San Francisco about 3 weeks ago. And when I say I really resonated and clicked with so many people there, I realized that it was truly the environment that fully accelerates and amplifies not only your work, but others around you. And with that said, we want to be around other like minded individuals that are pushing boundaries and pushing innovation to a whole nother level. Not only will it inspire us, but it will also keep us on the right track. Geez, why did I stop, freak? Why did I say that? Wait, this one isn't too bad though. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Do I just overthink too much? So with that said, we currently have a team of 9 of us. We're across New York, Connecticut, India, Thailand, and Saudi Arabia, and we're all working on this full time. We've been barely getting by just by, oh my god. Yo, I'm choking right now, guys. I'm gonna have to edit this. Bro, I actually choked in real time. There's no way. And my team and I have been working on Grace for the past 6 months now. Let me pull up the chat. We have a team of 9 of us, which we've expanded over the past few months. And we span across New York. Try making it max 1.5 minutes. Okay. India and Saudi Arabia. All working on this full time and just barely getting by. All right. So basically, all right, Tess, we're going to give this another go. All right. All right. Let's see if I can just pretend like I'm talking to a friend. I need to be more relaxed. All right. All right. Cool. I'm gonna try to be more relaxed. Let's try it out this time. All right. So let's get our mic once more. Connect that. Oh. Let's move this back. All right, Tess, I need you to be honest with me now. All right, hold on. Let me just do my breathing techniques. Hold on. All right. See, this is a lot of pressure. The pressure molds diamonds. Let's get it. All right, so 1.5 minutes. Let me just see how I'm gonna go about this. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Our vision was spurred from a deeply personal loss. At 11 years old, I lost my grandmother to cancer. Losing her was, but I feel like that would even drag it on too long too. All right, let me see if I can just flow. I'm talking to a friend. I'm talking to a friend. I'm talking to Grace. All right, I'm talking to Grace. Shoot, I didn't even turn on the mic. Wait. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it. They said, nah, it ain't bad though, but I think they got a max time. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, let me just picture I'm talking to a friend right now. All right, so how should I start this? Hey, Founders Inc. What's up, Founders Inc.? Founders Inc. Wait, bro. Dang, man. He said, breathe, bro. Bro, I'm overthinking too much. All right, let me just flow. All right. All right, you know what I need? I need my water. That's what I need. All right, let me lock in now. Let me move my shoes out of the way. Sit upright. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Now, our vision was spurred from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, I lost my grandmother due to leukemia, blood cancer. And in losing her, I felt this overwhelming feeling of helplessness that I wanted no one else to feel. And my grandmother was a person that I'm chatting. See, the thing is, like, I'm thinking so much. I'm sitting here, like, if I actually go into who my grandmother is, it's going to be way too long. Way longer than 1.5 minutes. Because honestly, she was an innovator in her own right. She was like an innovator, a person that moved with grace, hence the name Grace and the characteristics that it carries. Bro, oh my god, bro. All right, let me just end that. Let me end the recording and delete it. They said, how about make the video probably 3 to 4 minutes, edit to 1.5 minutes, and don't overthink it, bro. All right, all right, all right. Let me do that. Let me do that. Wait, that wasn't too bad though, was it? Or was it? Oh my god, I'm such an overthinker, bro. All right, let me lock in. All right. What's going on, found? I don't like that. What's going on? Oh my god. Bro, it makes me so cooked. Bro. Now listen, can y'all imagine me recording actual YouTube videos on this Amari Fields Builds channel? Bro, I would literally have to record these like 30 times. He's laughing. Nah. Alright. Alright, here we go. Hello, Founders Inc. Alright, let's go with hello. Oh my god. Alright. Yo, this is building in public for you guys, alright? This is building in public. This is as raw and authentic as it's gonna get. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Now, Grace was spurred from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, I lost my grandmother due to leukemia, blood cancer. And in losing her, I felt this overwhelming feeling of helplessness that I wanted no one else to feel. And as I grew up, I was determined to create a solution that could have saved her life and will one day help save many others. Now, my grandmother was a person that moved with grace. When you look at what grace truly stands for, especially in the Bible, it stands for patience, gentleness, care, love, and quite frankly, the exact same product that we were building called grace. Now, what grace truly is, it's a digital presence that understands how you feel before you explain yourself. By combining what's said as well as what's unspoken collectively to best understand your emotional state. Now, the way in which this is done is by grace analyzing you in real time within each conversation, reading your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, and even the conversation itself collectively in order to make predictions on your emotional state and then provide you with meaningful support. Now, the major problem that we're tackling here is that majority of people aren't very emotionally intelligent. And if you're anything like myself and you struggle expressing yourself and how you feel, our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself, and then could and then could pro- wait and then could provide you with meaningful support. So, for example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you just appear sad or down. Grace is now able to be proactive, saying something like, "Hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on?" Just being there for you, present, and actually caring. Another good wait, freak. All right, I'm gonna edit this out, guys. Another way, another way in which grace can be utilized is in enterprise, where grace can be used as a tutor or a teacher. And let's say she's teaching a student, and the student seems disinterested or disengaged. Grace is now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson in real time to pull the student back in so that they can learn better. It's all about it's all about keeping track of what's spoken as well as unspoken collectively in order to once again make predictions on your emotional state and support you accordingly. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is because we want to be in the circle of like minded individuals that are pushing forward innovation and that are honestly, wait. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is because we want to be in a community of like minded individuals, people that are pushing forward innovation, pushing boundaries of what's possible. And being in such an environment, even 3 weeks ago, now I'm getting a phone call. A phone call? Oh my god, hold on. Uncle Brian, hold on.
Yo, yo.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Me, listen, we grinding.
I hear you're another year older.
Yes, I know, getting old. 24 years old.
24, the Kobe year.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
The
That is.
Kobe year. Happy birthday, my brother.
I really appreciate it, Brian. Honestly.
What are you up to?
Me? Well,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
Besides the grind is real.
I'm sitting here. I'm live streaming. We building up our Discord community called Founders Hub.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's really about it.
Locked in for the birthday. Locked in.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
What
I
about
can
you? What are
respect
you up
that.
to?
I just got out of work not too long ago. I'm walking home. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm
Angry,
good.
mad. Why?
No. Just working stupid, you know?
You work from what to what?
Usually like 9 to 5 ish, but
Oh,
it
okay.
kind of fluctuates depending on the amount of work you got to do.
I understand. And they're still not pro
Working for the
innovation.
mayor. Still not what?
They're still not pro innovation.
No, definitely not. They're still stuck in the Stone Ages.
Come on now. You gotta
It's
continue to
an
evolve.
issue. It's an issue. But all good. Still I rise. Still I rise.
For sure.
I'm happy to be able to afford what I want to afford, you know, so I can't complain too much. But working for the man does have its
Downsides.
cons.
For sure.
It's not all happy. There's a lot more. There's a lot of cons. So I respect you a lot for taking the leap of faith and going to build your own thing.
Yeah.
I respect it. I may talk about shit as I always do, but I respect it, and I'm really impressed with you, Omari, for real.
Thank you.
Keep going, keep growing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But again, you can't grind all the time. I'd be trying to tell you, pops too. You gotta have some time to do something fun too.
I mean that is true.
Like, when's the last time you took a vacation?
San Francisco.
It's a work trip.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta go back there. I love it there.
San
Yeah.
Francisco's popping.
Oh yeah, I
Not
love it
really,
there.
not really. But it's good weather. But I guess if I'm you, if I'm a tech entrepreneur, I'm trying to get on the grind. Those are the kind of places you got to be in.
Yeah, cause I'm not gonna lie. I never clicked with so many people in one space like that before. It was great. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I wish we went away to school. You know,
Yes, I actually
where
kind of regret it to be honest.
because it's like you're surrounded by people of like-minded, same age. You're kind of like in that bubble,
For
and you
sure.
can kind of create your own kind of environment in that space. So building communities, it's hard. It's hard to do.
For sure.
So if you find a place to do it, you gotta go for it. So I dig it that you like San Francisco. Get out there more, travel more. I'll go with you.
Oh yeah. No, I actually love traveling alone to be honest. I love the independence.
Yeah, it's about time you did more of that.
Oh yeah. 100%. I mean, next time I go, it gotta be way longer than a week.
Oh,
Way
wait, the
longer.
week is no. You gotta go to some other places too. Not just San Francisco. You gotta explore some other parts.
I mean,
You
that's
know?
true too. And then you were in LA, right?
I was like last week.
How was that?
Yeah, amazing. I've been to LA like a bunch of times. It's
I
the
don't know.
best.
There's too many fake people out there. I don't know.
See, I think that obviously that's true. It's like the fucking wannabe celebrities and influencers and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
That is true. But I think you gotta, it's more than that, you know? It's not just Hollywood. There's some culture out there. There's some really good stuff out there.
That is
You
true.
know? You just gotta drive to it. It's necessary.
True. That's so true.
Yeah, man. But we gotta just keep exploring, you know? That's the point of life.
Point
I
of
think.
life, it is. It honestly
So,
is.
I hope that more of your entrepreneurship does take you to some really cool places. You know,
Yes.
get out there to Asia. Get out there to all kind of really cool places where they're building dope shit.
100%. Especially India, Nigeria. I want to go to those places for sure.
Stop lying to fucking running That's on my list of no interest in.
What? Seriously?
No, dirty ass place there is nasty.
I don't think all.
It's dirty as hell.
Seriously?
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Think about this. The country has like maybe like a 1.5 billion people, like a billion, 1.5 billion.
The CO2
Not a
over
big
there.
space.
Yeah, that is true.
Not a big space, you know? So some of the cities are just some of the craziest shit you'll ever see there. Just so overcrowded. And just like some of the cleanliness practices are, it's nasty over there, man.
And the pollution. Yeah.
Yeah, pollution's everywhere. I'm in New York City. It's polluted here. You know?
That
I'm not
is
too
true.
worried about that. I'm not too worried about that. And I spent some time in China. Super polluted, okay? China is crazy with the pollution.
Even though they're pushing like electric, I know they're pushing electric vehicles very
Yeah,
heavily.
their e-vehicles are incredible. So the
Yeah.
EVs, they're incredible. But so they're trying to push more of that. But their industrial world is still very huge over there. Like, think about all the shit that we have in America that's made in China. It's like big factories that are producing a lot of that stuff.
So true.
So it's rough over there. Pollution wise, China's probably worse than India, but dirt wise, India is the grossest, man.
Wow.
Nasty. But I understand. But I can understand from your world, right? A lot of like really impressive like tech CEOs and tech people come from India, and like a lot of things are kind of made over there too, India and Bangladesh. So I understand the appeal
For sure.
for your world.
So,
That's just not me, Papa.
well, Nigeria? What about Nigeria?
Nigeria? I don't know. I've heard good things. I got some friends in Lagos. Latoya would probably be able to tell you better. She's been to Africa 3 times.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
She just got back from Ghana a couple months ago.
I did not know she'd be traveling like that.
Everybody's outside but you, Amari.
I'm easing my way out slowly but surely. Slowly.
Okay.
He said okay.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, for sure. Yeah, no,
it's
I
all
really-
good, man. We'll figure it out, man. But either way, I'm proud of you. Keep going.
Thank you so much.
All right?
But yeah, I truly appreciate the call though.
How's your sister?
Oh, she's doing good. I think she went out with my mom though. Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They didn't take you out to dinner? That's fucked up.
No. She went to go get my favorite food. I don't know if you
What's
ever
that?
had it. At Golden Crust in the Bronx, they have this sweet chili salmon. Oh my goodness.
God.
Have you
Oh,
haven't had
brother.
it?
Oh, brother.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God. Oh, yuck.
It is amazing. It will change your life, the whole life.
Yeah, it will end my life, probably. Change it for the worse.
I'm telling you, you gotta try that salmon.
Oh, yeah. This all the more reason for you to get your ass out the house. It's like Golden Crust salmon. Are you kidding me? All right. Well, I'll get you a proper birthday dinner sometime this spring. All right. We're going to bring you to the city. We will find another founders event for you to go to,
Okay.
and we'll get some dinner and some drinks. I'll plan it off.
Hey, let's do it.
All right?
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you, Uncle Brian.
No doubt. Always. Enjoy your birthday salmon.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right,
I'll
bud.
check in on you later.
All right.
Take care.
Said birthdays. Bro, they said love being a part of the family convo. Yo, Wait, I'm not gonna lie though, guys. You know what's so crazy? It's either I'm messing up my video, someone calls me, or like interrupts. Maybe my sister or my parents will come in my room during like a time when I'm recording. Something always happens. It just never fails, bro. Maybe I'm not a content creator. Am I not a content creator, guys? Like, bro, hold on. Let me see how this one was coming out. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Now, Grace was birthed from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, man, that one wasn't bad too. All right, let's try this again. Let's try it again, because I really feel like we could lock in and get it straight through, completely. So let me try again. All right, let me lock in. Y'all ready for this? Tess, you ready for this one? We about to get this one right here. All right, cameras on. All right, everything's good. Locked in. All right, let's go. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Now, Grace was birthed from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, I lost my grandmother to leukemia, blood cancer. And in losing her, I felt this overwhelming feeling of helplessness that I wanted no one else to feel. And as I grew up, I was determined to create a solution that could have saved her life and will one day help save many others. So from my pain was born hope, and that hope became Grace. Now, the name Grace wasn't picked randomly. My grandmother was a woman that moved with grace. When you look at the significance behind the name, it stands for gentleness, patience, love, care, and exactly the product that we were building with Grace. Now, Grace is a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself, meaning that she analyzes you in real time in each conversation, reading your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, as well as the conversation itself collectively in order to make predictions on your emotional state in real time and support you meaningfully. Now, the big problem that we're tackling here is that most people aren't very emotionally intelligent. They struggle expressing themselves and how they truly feel. So, our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? Now, here's a great example of how grace can be leveraged and used. For example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you appear sad, or maybe your tone's just a little down. Grace is now able to be proactive, to pick up on this context and say something like this: Hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on? Now, her whole point is to be present and there for you, whatever that looks like for you. Another great Another great solution and way of using Grace is an enterprise. For example, let's say Grace is a tutor or a teacher for a student. And let's say the student just appears disinterested or disengaged. Again, Grace is now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson in real time to pull the student back in so that they can learn better. The whole point is to be able to read what's spoken as well as unspoken and collectively combining them in order to make predictions on your emotional state and which you can better support people. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is to be around a bunch of like minded individuals that are pushing forward innovation, that truly believe. Wait. Now, the reason why we want to be a part. Wait. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is because environment means everything. About 3 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco, and honestly, the environment changed everything: my focus, my mindset, and honestly, it amplified my startup just through inspiration. And honestly, being in that sort of environment meant everything. So the same applies to Founders Inc. A like minded. Wait. Oh my god, bro. I freaking god. I'm just chatting now. Oh my freaking. Wait, I was doing so good, right, guys? Be honest, was I doing good? Alright, here we go. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is to be around like minded individuals. If there's anything I realized, is that environment means everything. About 3 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco, and there I met so many amazing and talented people. It inspired me. It amplified even. Wait. Damn, bro, I just choked. They said, man, you might just be staring into my soul, but this one was good. Wait, was it? Okay. All right, let's continue then. Let's continue. All right. Okay, let me see. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is to be around like minded individuals. If there's anything that I realize is that environment means everything. About 3 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco for the very first time. Met some outstanding and super talented people. But here, honestly, everything shifted for me. My focus, my mindset, and just my love and passion towards innovation. And I realized that being in the right environment means everything. So with Founders Inc., this applies the same exact way. Founders Inc., a place of like minded individuals, where talented people all come together to push forward innovation and push the boundaries of what's possible. This is the same thing that we're doing at Grace. So, with that said, we want to thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and we hope to see Grace and Founders Inc. Guys, what did y'all think? Be honest, was that bad? Oh my gosh. I don't know, was that bad? Honestly, I couldn't really, like, let me just rewatch this. Let me see. I was like overthinking so much. Hello, Founders Inc. My name's Amari Fields, and I'm the founder of Grace. Now, Grace was birthed from a deeply personal loss. At the age of 11 years old, I lost my grandmother to leukemia, blood cancer. And in losing her, I felt this overwhelming feeling of helplessness that I wanted no one else to feel. And as I grew up, I was determined to create a solution that could have saved her life and will one day help save many others. So from my pain was born hope, and that hope became Grace. And the name Grace wasn't picked randomly. My grandmother was a woman that moved with grace. Okay. Look at the significance behind the name. It stands for gentleness, patience, love, care, and exactly the product that we were building with Grace. Now, Grace is a digital presence that understands how you feel before you fully explain yourself, meaning that she analyzes you in real time in each conversation, reading your body language, facial expressions, tone changes, as well as the conversation itself collectively in order to make predictions on your emotional state in real time and support you meaningfully. Now, the big problem that we're tackling here is that most people aren't very emotionally intelligent. They struggle expressing themselves and how they truly feel. So, our whole ideology here is, well, what if you had an intelligence that understood you better than you understood yourself? Now, here's a great example of how grace can be leveraged and used. For example, let's say you're speaking to Grace and you appear sad, or maybe your tone's just a little down. Grace is now able to be proactive, to pick up on this context and say something like this: hey, it seems like you're down. What's going on? Now, her whole point is to be present and there for you, whatever that looks like for you. Another great solution and way of using Grace is an enterprise. For example, let's say Grace is a tutor or a teacher for a student. And let's say the student just appears disinterested or disengaged. Again, Grace is now able to pick up on that context, adjust the lesson in real time to pull the student back in so that they can learn better. The whole point is to be able to read what's spoken as well as unspoken and collectively combining them in order to make predictions on your emotional state and which you can better support people. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is to be around a bunch of like-minded individuals. Damn, bro, I just choked. They said, man, you might just be staring into my soul, but this one was good. Wait, was it? Okay. All right, let's continue then. Let's continue. All right. Okay, let me see. Now, the reason why we want to be a part of Founders Inc. is to be around like-minded individuals. If there's anything that I realize is that environment means everything. About 3 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco for the very first time. Met some outstanding and super talented people. But here, honestly, everything shifted for me. My focus, my mindset, and just my love and passion towards innovation. And I realized that being in the right environment means everything. So with Founders Inc., this applies the same exact way. Founders Inc., a place of like-minded individuals, where talented people all come together to push forward innovation and push the boundaries of what's possible. This is the same thing that we're doing at Grace. So with that said, we want to thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and we hope to see Grace and Founders Inc. All right. Honestly, that wasn't too bad. Honestly, we can live with that one. I can actually live with that one. Yeah, we just have to edit it a little bit, and honestly, it's not too bad. You're right. All right, hold on. Let me take myself off full screen. I feel like you guys have been looking at me for a very long time. All right, cool. Let me turn off the mic though. Okay, that's off. Put it in my little bag here. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna have to do a little bit of editing, but outside of that, I think we should be pretty good. All right. And matter of fact, let's see how the live stream is doing. Do we have like any more likes? I know we were at 4 likes before. Let's see, did we get any other likes in here? No, but we did gain a subscriber. We're at 34, so we'll definitely take that. I don't know if you guys follow me over on my TikTok page, but if you don't, I also have to post on there today as well, which I already have a video recorded. I just have to edit it slightly. Matter of fact, let me show you guys my TikTok page. TikTok, Amari Field Visions. Oh, I didn't even know I was logged in. All right, so yeah, guys, this right here is my page. All right, so this video actually. My friends and I are currently building a group called Founders Hub for founders that didn't go to an Ivy League school. They said, "What are you building, Tess?" All right, cool. All right, so I'm trying to actually email myself the video currently, and then from there should be good. They said I don't use TikTok. Seriously, brother. Like, is it just not allowed where you are, or are you allowed to use it? You're just not using it. Because I'm not gonna lie, you're really missing out. Like, seriously. Oh my goodness, wait a second. So, I don't know if you guys seen this, but basically someone within our Discord server, his name is Anthony, super talented designer by the way. He basically made, right, an entire rebrand of our Grace logo. And honestly, I really want to get your guys' feedback on it, and I'm curious as to what you guys would think. I was honestly like thrown off. Like, it was like a day or so ago. He's like, check your message. I made you something. And I'm like, wait, what? Well, he said, check your email. I made you something. So then I checked the email, and then I see a whole brand kit for Grace. And I'm just sitting there like, this is amazing. Dude. So honestly, I really appreciate it though. All right. Actually, let's try to upload this to Google Drive. That would make more sense. All right, so as you guys can see, we have joined Founders Hub below. Let's go. But yeah, he's making adaptive AI for daily health optimization. See, that's amazing. All right, so actually, Tess, so this is what we were working on prior. So this device here, as you can see, we 3D printed the top. We have biometric sensors going completely around the bend. and they kind of span from like heart rate, SpO2, just blood oxygen levels, ECG for cardiovascular, GSR for stress levels, sweat measurements. But the whole point was to combine biometric data with your medical history and health background in order to make predictions on your health ahead of time. So basically, we created like an algorithm that worked together, obviously with the biometrics and the other data points that we were tracking, in order to basically make predictions on a user's health ahead of time. But honestly, with the wearable device, we don't really want to kind of play around with traditional sensors because there are limitations with those. What we really want to leverage is something called quantum sensors, specifically NV-Center, diamond-based quantum sensors, and placing them on silicon chips, which allows you to keep track of the body, kind of like a string. I'm sure you guys have all heard of like string theory, for example. But everything foundationally is just energy, frequency, and vibration. I even actually made a video talking about cancer, for example, on TikTok and YouTube, which they ended up taking my videos down. I wonder why. But I was talking about how like every cell within our body vibrates at a specific frequency when it's healthy. So there's like a frequency range, right? So let's say cell A, when healthy, vibrates between 1 and 2 hertz. Now let's say due to environmental factors, life habits, maybe what you're eating, right? Over a period of time, the specific cell now shifts out of its healthy state. Well, with that said, the cell is now in an imbalanced state, which means that it can't communicate with the other cells properly, which means that there's no harmony, right? It's not in a balanced state. So if they're not communicating properly, that leads to chaos, which leads to development issues like tumors, cancerous cells, certain issues that aren't aligned with equilibrium. So basically, I made a video talking about this, right? And how using coherent light to realign the cells specifically back to their healthy states would basically return it back to equilibrium, allow the cells to communicate with one another properly, which would then slowly get rid of the issues at hand, whether it was a tumor, cancerous cells, etc. And the body just returns to harmony. So I made this video. TikTok took it down, YouTube took it down. I wonder why. They said, so how do you reduce the noise? Are you talking about with the quantum sensors? See, that's the problem because like environmental factors can completely throw off these sensors, being that they're so sensitive. So honestly, there's a few different strategies that you can use. But honestly, you would have to create some sort of barrier around the sensors that still allows you to keep track of the body, but there's like little to no environmental factors or just anything that completely throws off the sensors. So obviously that would require quantum components. Now, another issue is that most quantum components are massive, meaning that they can be as big as like kitchen-sized tables, typically. So specifically in this case, NV-Center diamond-based quantum sensors is kind of like an exception. It still allows you to keep track, they said, by noise. I mean, like the cells, right? Oh, wait. Physiologically and pathologically do that? Yes, exactly. How do you reduce the noise? I think it's more so about, the truth is, preventing issues, 9 times out of 10, most things aren't going to be prevented. That's kind of like the reality. But I think, and I also feel like a lot of people don't like to wait. I mean, typically like to wait until something happens before they actually take action. So no one's really proactive these days. And that's one of the major problems. Now, if there's a way in which you can realign cells back to its aligned states so that they can actually communicate properly, even after the issue happens, I think people would just find it more useful. Because I don't know, it seems like people only care when things are actively happening. It's the only way you'll ever get someone to actually move. You tell someone stop smoking, you tell them stop vaping, you tell them this is bad for you. They don't care. You tell them they have cancer, they instantly stop. Like, bro, it's crazy. And I think even in politics today, you kind of see this. It just seems like fear controls the world. We're seeing it used as leverage, honestly, politically by Trump himself. He's sitting here using fear to his advantage. People are afraid to speak out against him, cross him in any way, shape, or form. Fear is like one of the greatest tactics used to control people. It's honestly insane. All right, let me see. She think. Let me see. But yeah, hold on. How long have we been live? I feel like we've been live for some time, no? He said, Amari, is this something an LLM can be trained on? Some of it, yes, but well, honestly, all of it. But it just requires hardware too. That's the only problem. So where we were kind of restricted was on the hardware side of things, because it just requires a certain amount of like capital and resources. But when you're training it on the data, for example, the biometric data, what's healthy, what's not, medical history, what looks good, what doesn't, health background, same thing. Those absolutely can be trained on LLMs, for sure. Now it's about the hardware, right? Because I mean, even if you look at like an Apple Watch, for example, they're limited in what they can track. And even when you look at like the sensor data itself, they're not like every second, they're not constantly analyzing you in real time. There's like a 5-minute break and it basically retrieving the data. So every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every period, that's when it's collecting the data. It's not in real time, which in order to make the best predictions possible, you need to always be tracking data in real time. So that's why, like, even for Apple Watches, for example, they can't really like be proactive truly and truly be like some sort of like emergency alert service, because they're not tracking the data in real time. Now, if they switch that, obviously you can provide a new age of support. But just the way that they're doing it now, and I really think it's due to like, let me see. So what I was saying was that cells can't be stable for long, right? So it deviates from normal to accommodate the abnormal, which can be physiological. But when it leads to injury, it's pathological. So like, how do you tell physiological from pathological? That's a great question. That is such a great question. Deviates from normal. That is such a good question. And honestly, I think the quantum, keeping track of the body just on a quantum level, which this right here is an amazing book. Let me actually put this on. Oh no, I'm already on big screen. I didn't even realize. This book right here, Quantum Supremacy. So basically, because even in this book, it talks a little bit about quantum health, right? And how, like, for example, keeping track of the body using quantum sensors can allow us to keep track of the body before issues appear and symptoms, or worse, within our blood work, right? Ahead of time, right? Because a lot of the times, before there's like a physical problem, there are like underlying issues that are going on that typically are untrackable from blood work to even symptoms most times. And it's over time where these issues aren't corrected, where obviously they do lead to serious injuries or problems like you listed. So, but keeping track of the body on a quantum level allows you to keep track of those underlying issues that are often missed, that we flag as a person being healthy when they're truly not. So that's before it actually shows up physically. That's why I think quantum is just so important within wearable devices, especially because if you can understand what the body's doing before physical symptoms on a foundational level, that solves most problems. Especially if you can track that and like provide proactive insights on how to correct the issues before they actually manifest physically. Game changer. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the chat quickly. So cellular tracking, honestly, I would even say it goes a little bit beyond that, right? Because it's not only cells, even our organs, for example, when they're healthy, they vibrate between a specific frequency when they're healthy. Like everything within our body, as I said, is energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything has its own unique frequency that it vibrates at. It's about understanding what those healthy ranges look like and what they don't, and being able to keep track of it and alter it based off, obviously, lifestyle habits or just life choices. So I would even say it goes beyond just cellular. To understand the body as a string, as entanglement, truly quantum entanglement. Because that's exactly what the body is. Everything is truly entangled at its core. Wait, but guys, how long have I been on here? I gotta check. They said, okay, let me see. They said, lol, it's fun. I'm a med student, so it's funny hearing about these things. Plus, I enjoy research. Absolutely. No, 100%. Um, but I think in terms of being a medical student, focus less on traditional physics, more on quantum. Because that's where things are headed. And you want to be ahead of the game, most definitely. The way I even kind of look at it is like physics, that's the physical, measuring the physical. Quantum is understanding everything on the smallest scale: energy, frequency, and vibration. A string. I'm sure you always hear string theory. I literally went to Barnes and Nobles. I was going to pick up the book String Theory, but I got these three instead. Got quantum mechanics, quantum BS, and quantum supremacy. Just for now. But I may go get the string theory book as well. But quantum health, that's the future. That's the future right there. All right, so stream. I've been live for 2 hours and 12 minutes. What? There's no way. No way. Well, guys, I really appreciate it though, honestly. But yeah, I'm about to actually hop off of here, guys. But honestly, I truly appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys don't already follow me on X, my username, actually, all my socials should be down in the description down below. And also, if you do want to join up on Founders Hub, which is basically a hub where we're bringing together founders, engineers, visionaries, designers, editors, investors, all in one space. And honestly, we're just sharing tips, resources, and what's actually working. Helping one another, truly building a community. Because the truth is, there's a lot more people struggling as a founder than the ones that are actually doing well. That's the reality. So we all need to stick together, work together, motivate each other, and help each other succeed and win. That's what it's all about, So we currently have this Discord here. which we have, I think, let me see, how many members? 300 and something? We have like 330, I believe. And it's only up from here. So I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Let me just look at the comments quickly. Yeah. I want to appreciate you guys all for tuning in. I'm about to hop off. Thank you guys again. Make sure you guys all drop a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. And I'll definitely see you guys in the next live stream on Wednesday. Make sure you guys all